So, what's up people and welcome to the chapter 108 discussion of Kaiju Hachiko or Kaiju number 8. So chapter 108 came out a few days ago, and as always I will leave a link to this chapter that's currently being shown on the publisher's official website, Manga Plus, for free to the North American audience. So if you're interested, we'll go take a look at it before they pull this chapter back. Okay, so if you recall, in chapter 107, we finished the chapter where monster number 9 surprised monster number 8 by bringing out monster number 2. Now, if you recall, monster number 2 was the monster that eventually became the battle suit, right, for Commander Shinomiya, Isao Shinomiya, Kikoru's father. And by absorbing Isao Shinomiya, monster number 9 also absorbed the essence of monster number 2. And since monster number 2 is a very powerful melee type monster, it was appropriate to bring this monster out. And so chapter 107 starts exactly at that point. And immediately monster number 8 gets attacked by this monster number 2-9 hybrid. And Matsumoto Naoya immediately showed just how powerful this being was by showing how the attack immediately ripped off monster number 8's left arm. Of course, on top of monster number 2's sheer power, monster number 9's trickery and trapping capabilities still remained. And so monster number 8 was in a very difficult predicament, and I really have to admit, Matsumoto Naoya, when you want to see some very intense moments, does a really good job of showing such scenes. And here where we see monster number 8 feeling the sheer power of monster number 2 and 9 fused together, this scene is going to be pretty cool to see in the anime once it comes out. But it really looks nice here. We really get a feeling of scale, of power, of these two fusions compared to monster number 8. And the only thing, of course, Kafka can defend with is the martial arts that Commander Hoshina taught him, right? The Hoshina's House of Martial Arts, which Isao Shinomiya did not know, and so monster number 9 could not absorb. But I forgot completely about the other power that monster number 9 had, which was the ability to mimic and learn its opponent's powers right away. And so as monster number 8 continued to use the martial arts of the Hoshina House, monster number 9 was able to start learning and mimicking them right away. And so monster number 8 realized that if it was to be able to defeat monster number 9, it will have to give an attack that was so devastating that it will destroy the hybrid right away. And of course, Headquarters is noticing that as the fight continues to go on, monster number 9 seems to be becoming more powerful. And so Headquarters starts mentioning how dragging this fight on is not beneficial for monster number 8. And Vice Commander Hoshina agrees, but for a completely different reason. Which is that we find out that as Kafka remains in the monster number 8 form, monster number 8 starts basically taking over his consciousness. So if he continues to remain in monster number 8, he may not be able to go back to being human, and monster number 8 might become the dominating form of Kafka. But of course, in this situation, Kafka cannot turn back. And he understands that if he doesn't take down the monster number 9, monster number 2 hybrid, that he won't get a second chance. And so with all his effort, he goes in to try to strike the core at once. And at that point, we realize that monster number 9 has been leveling up its martial arts by learning all of Kafka's moves. And so it counters with a really powerful counter, which exposes monster number 8's core. And with the core exposed, of course, the monster number 9, monster number 2 hybrid arrogantly says, checkmate, indicating that, of course, he would easily be able to win this battle. And I really enjoyed the final part of this chapter because as much as we were waiting for this monster number 8 battle with monster number 9, we forget Monster number 8's battle was never the reason Kafka went into this journey. This entire story was not about Kafka becoming this monster and becoming the strongest in the world. It was because he wanted to go in to keep a promise to a specific person that they will be able to fight together. And of course, this chapter ends with that particular person coming back to support Kafka. And you see monster number 9's arm get blown off, and his entire body get flown to the side. And we see Commander Mina Ashiro basically telling Kafka, you know, since you were a kid, you were always reckless with your moves. You really are something else, aren't you, Kafka? But you really don't have to worry about this situation because I am here by your side. And I love this final image of Mina standing up to support Kafka, not only in bringing this fight to another level, but also to tell the readers that finally Kafka and Mina have reached their goals that they always wanted to reach when they went after the JDF. Neither of these characters ever wanted to join the JDF to be alone and go solo. And so by finally reaching this situation, this story has reached the objective that the main character wanted to reach right at the very beginning of the story. So it will be interesting to see how Matsumoto Naoya moves this along. There is a possibility that we are reaching the end of the story. However, there is always the possibility that finally when they come together is when the true big story starts. And so it will be interesting to see which way this goes. But before we find out, we do have to finish this fight. And we won't know what will happen to this battle until chapter 109 comes out. And once that chapter comes out, I'll bring out another video and hope you join me at that time. But this is the chapter 108 discussion of Kaiju Hachiko or Kaiju number 8. If you read it, what'd you think about it? Any comments will be greatly appreciated. And until the next chapter, happy manga reading. And as always, have a nice day, everyone.